to all the people across America, we're going to chant, "No kings, no ice." So, Ryan, do you want to give us that bad bass from... And we can all snap our fingers. That's good. No. 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 No kings, no ice. No kings, no ice. How simple is that? Kings, no ice. No kings, no ice. By the way, did you guys know Renee Good was an award-winning poet? Yes. So they're shooting poets. Here's a DC poet. He nailed it. I say let the poets run the country. We'll be better off with books and pens instead of the misery of weapons. Let the poets run the country who speak from the heart. We will have a country filled with rhymes and justice if for once we let the poets run the country. No. No.
Ice.
No.
Kings.
No.
Ice.
No kings, no ice. No kings, no ice. No kings, no ice. No kings, no ice. We got the great Jeff Cohen from FAIR in the audience. Check out his new film on Marshall McLuhan. Tsunami, digital tsunami. I hope it's better than Social Dilemma there, Jeff. Marshall said in 1970, World War III is a guerrilla information war with no division between the military and civilian participation. No. 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 You know, it was Augusto Paulo and Bowell and the guys from South America who's invented theater of the oppressed. They use theater as a means of promoting social and political change. The audience becomes active and explore and show and analyze and transform the reality in which they are living. They're the guys who said, hey, you know what the first human invention was? Theater. Duh. No, some people say the first human invention was the line.
I like it.
And like George Carlin, who lived in Venice, California, because he said, then I'm only surrounded by assholes by three sides. He said the job of the comedian is to draw a line and then cross it. So maybe George was on top of it saying this thing about the line. But we don't want to divide people. The first human invention might have been the gaze. You know, looking at your mother's eyes and she's going to feed you. We got one more minute, so we're going to go around the audience and we're going to ask you, what was the first human invention?
Theater. Maps. Wow. No ideas.
Pickles.
Pickles. Go ahead, Sue.
Pickles.
Consciousness.
Whoa! Consciousness.
Okay.
The bed.
The bed. So, you know, Marshall interviewed John and Yoko in their bed when they were doing a love-in. You can go on YouTube and watch Marshall interview John Lennon. It's pretty heavy. So we're going to just meld right into our set. We're Black Shoe Polish, and welcome to the 23rd Annual Film Festival for Venice, California.
Invocation by Frank T. Rios. My muse burns a holy candle to the night as she lies quiet in the other room. In the space between us, a mystery, like walking on air. What I know fits in my closed hand. The rest, a vision, and my muse guiding me. Lives of Great Men by Yip Harburg. Lives of great humans all remind us greatness takes no easy way. All the heroes of tomorrow are the heretics of today. Socrates and Galileo, John Brown, Thoreau or Christ, and Debs heard the night cry, "Down with traitors!" and the dawn shout, "Up with Rebs!" Nothing ever seems to bust them. Gallows, crosses, prison bars. Though we try to readjust them, there they are among the stars. Why do all great men remind us we can write our names on high, and departing leave behind us thumbprints in the FBI?
Thank you, Steve. Francisco.
This is a poem from 2001. Becoming the Circle was a poem on the Becoming the Circle mural on 5th and Rose. It was demolished a long time ago now. The mural had portraits of around 40 people that lived in Venice at the time. Do you remember 2001? A lot of things have changed since then. But all of us, we're still here. Imagine the story of who and what we are kept alive. Children of trouble and splendor. Don't forget this was a sacred place. Live oak and wetlands. In the trees, under the houses and buildings, roots, possums, still alive. Everywhere begin the remembering of places we will make our monuments. Were you at the corner of Venice and Lincoln today? Make our monuments. Where this one lived, where that one touched, where that one worked. Languages invented and shared. Songs we made. Anthems. Look at us. Look at us, so fine and wild. Rare and undiscovered tribe. Examples of a way to weave a home within the stones and streets we leave behind. Let this stretch a valley behind my door. Let it stretch, become a swath of land, winding into memory, into volcanic peaks and deltas rising. Take it to the mountain, take it to the mountain. Mix copper and cotton, simmer it with the streets of Oakwood. Drum circle strains heard through blocks of summer haze. Let's become the flame. Let's become the circle. Cast the spell, do it, help me. Stand together once and again. Stand together for those who came before and those who now are coming on. Partial instructions. There's no word for it yet. Reciting water, marking trails, our songs sigh late sunlight across the dead land. Written in the sky with Temuco and Rafa, home is wherever we are. Promised into branches, I carry lengths of yarn, bushels of corn and potatoes. Let justice be done for the little ones. We want to swim, spin new lives into pods and promise thunder. I don't need miracles or hallelujahs. Tomorrow we will all be gone, alone with vast possibilities, with memory and ancestors, with rock and cybernetic moss, collaborating within frameworks of knowledge. Don't let it stop you. Don't let it stop you. We all carry vital data. Tomorrow is written by survivors with systems information driven in hyperlinks. Pages accumulate. We leave some behind wherever we go. Bound, recited, remembered, photographed, interviewed, interrogated, moving towards what comes next with enough room for all the names. For all the names. There's no word for it yet. There's no word for it yet, but look for me. Look for me. Look for me in the crowd. I'll see you. You see me. Look for me in the crowd. This is called Scratch. I scratch my name in the rubble where winds move stones. Listen carefully for the first notes. Forlorn hope, prayer beads and carpet, witness songs and sorrow, tablets scribed into time. Run your fingers over my scars. Run your fingers over your scars. We are out there. We are out there running free. The colors change as you trace the stars from the river to the sea, written by others in places far away. You will not find me in flowing scripts. You know, flying to other lands, we change our names and clothes. Just look at me, a little bird hiding through the night. Hear it, listen for it, listen for it. Hear the nameless ones through flickering lights, with all available intelligence. Engrave, scratch, engrave, deep love, scratch it, engrave it, deep love. Over the hills and roads, tell them, we are listening.
We're Black Shoe Polish, and that was Francesco, and his film will be up a little later. Want to thank all these amazing musicians, and especially want to thank all of you for coming to the oldest poetry center in the world so that we can chant once again. Everybody, snap your fingers. No. 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 All together now. No kings. No ice. Louder. No kings. No ice. No kings. No ice. No kings. No ice. We can do a lot more than that in the future, people. They killed a poet in Minneapolis. Renee Good was an award-winning poet. They've killed a lot more people too. And it's up to us to propagate what we learned from Maria Gambudis and Rianne Eisler, that humans are more hardwired for cooperation than they are for killing. Don't fucking be brainwashed that there's a war that's useful. No war. No kings. No ice. No war. We have to have room for humor. You know, George Carlin said that when you're laughing, your heart and your mind are open. And George says, how could we ever have a civil war? Well, that's the trick of language, because you can have a civil war, because civil means between two cities. But we think it's more like acting nice to each other. That's why we live in a great town. The word nice is in our town. Be nice, then nice. And it's all about the Wizard of Oz. You can keep walking that, maybe you funk it out. This is our great new bass player, Ryan, who taught me that. But that Wolfpack are the Eagles of Funk. Oh my God. That's why our band is called Black Shoe Polish, because we know black people can play funk better than white people. Sorry. Guy said, no, Steve Cropprice says, dude, he ain't no Sly Stone, P-Funk, or James Brown. James Brown said, I got a move that tells me what to do. So I hope when we bring Zane up in a couple minutes here, all these women in this town will come up and shake your booty and move your ass. You know, I want to thank Steve for reading Frankie Rio's poem, The Last Beat, who was frequenting Venice West, home, the place where the Beats were born. And he also read a poem by Yip Harper, who did the lyrics for Wizard of Oz. That's the Wizard of Oz. It's the Wizard of Us, and we're all Toto, and we're all pulling the curtain back so we can see what's really happening. Okay. I think it's about time to fool computers. Yeah. Eric, you can bring the house lights up.
In the sky, we saw something fly by. 25 years ago, Gerry Fialka flew by. He brought this song to us. Thank you for bringing it to us, Gerry. I'm a fool if I think I can't fool computers, all right? Can't fool computers. Oh, yeah, yeah. Yeah. Ow! Ow! Yeah! 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 Here we go! I can't fool computers! Computers! You can't fool computers! Fool computers! You can't fool computers! Fool computers! You can't fool computers! I got caught in a digital vibe. I subscribe to an AI bride. She gave me love in a different way. Oh, now I'll pay. Oh, you know what I got? I got something that I did not forgot. Oh, baby, let's go. Oh, yeah.
You can't fool computers.
Fool computers.
You can't fool computers.
Yeah. You can't fool computers. Oh, computer.
You can't fool computers.
The version came up and I forgot the last girl that I had got. Oh, Kaliningrad got pissed. And now I'm dismissed. And now they call from my name. That means I'm cold. I can't know I let it go. Go!
You can't fool computers.
Fool computers.
You can't fool computers.
Hey, yeah. You can't fool computers. Fool computers. You can't fool computers. Yeah.
Tambourine. You want it?
Bass. Zane and Flo, you can't get better than that. Thank you.
Yeah. Artificial android man, doing the best I can. I let go of something I should not have let go, but you can't fool. You can't fall, you can't fool. You can't fool computers. Oh, computers. You can't fool computers. Yeah. You can't fool computers. Oh, computers. You can't fool. No.
These last three words are all about James Joyce. Listen up close.
Finn against Gerry Fialka.
Thank you so much. That was Kahlil on keys, Stewie on flute, Ryan on bass, Steve on bongos and poetry. The featured artist tonight, Francisco on poet. We're going to have Suzy come up and do her 60-minute set of all songs about Venice, California, so everybody in Suzy's set can get their butt up here, and I'm going to keep talking and entertain you people with some incredible futuristic kind of things that are going to be happening. But first of all, I want to thank you all for coming tonight to the 23rd Annual Venice Film Festival. Got to keep in mind, we got to dedicate this to some really special people. And the first one is Give It Up, Standing O for Eric Alberg, who doesn't only run all the tech here. If you don't know, you go to Eric Alberg's YouTube channel, and you can stay at home in your lonely teenage room, and you never have to go up to Beyond Baroque again. You can watch every event with a 2-camera live video shoot. He edits live 2-camera shoot right here at Beyond Baroque, and he actually does a lot of Beyond Baroque YouTube channel stuff too, so check that out. I'm going to just tell one more thing. We're going to thank 2 other people who are really special in Venice. John Frank at the Venice Library. He's having us do the history, the present, past, and future of Venice. Workshops there, please come by. They're closed for a couple months remodeling, but the other person I want to really thank is Carol from the Venice Heritage Museum. Give it up for Carol. Hello. I don't know if she's here, but she's got to be thanked because if you know the whole situation, they just moved, and I'll be doing my 19th salon over at their new location at the end of February, so please come by where all the great Venice photographers will be honored. In fact, problem number 1 in Venice, most of you are unaware of it, electric bikes and electric scooters are illegal on the boardwalk. Sorry. And it's not regulated. It's called selective enforcement. And Dave Healy was hit by one, and it was a hit and run. And he had a broken foot, and he was in the hospital for 2 months. And this is not right. And so you can tell the Venice Neighborhood Council and the cops all you want, but they ain't doing shit. And it's up to us to do something and let them know. And, you know, we have the great... We got the great muralists here, and we have a great muralist in Venice, Vinny, who we showed last year, Sound of Paint, and he's being sprayed with mace at Boardwalk and Dudley. And they do that to the street musicians, too. And the thug is hired by a rich lady, and everybody at the Venice Neighborhood Council knows it. I won't go into the third problem because you can just read Greta's article on the front page of the Beach Hat, and it's all about why in the heck do you fence in a pagoda? This is like, it's like Venice paparazzi's brainwash. I thought they were remodeling them for 5 fucking years. Give me a fucking break. So there's many people I want to dedicate this to, but 2 are Eric Dugdale, who passed away, and he's here in this room with us, an amazing human being who really documented Eric Snowlake, and if you don't know, Erica Snowlake. Thank you, Susie. And you guys are ready? Here we go. Suzy Williams.
All right.
That's my husband.
Hey!
Nice shirt.
Oh, yeah, great shirt.
Thanks for the shirt compliment. Well, I went shopping today with my sister. She's got an apartment on the beach, Airbnb, and I went and I shopped, and I was looking for really cool tie-dye, homemade tie-dye T-shirts. You know, Shep knows this. And well, I just couldn't. They don't have tie-dye on the boardwalk. I looked for an actual, like, serious vendor on the beach side. I think that's kooky. I think it's wrong.
I think
Somebody
these are our Venice.
should make tie-dye.
Whoa. This is outer space.
Oh, outer space.
Hello?
There we
Oh,
go.
that's better.
Oh, we're back.
We're back.
We went
on the planet.
We went so far, and we've come so far
So
back.
true, so true. I think of these as our Venice Beach cheerleading shirts.
I know. We're like rah rah.
Rah, rah, Team
Venice clams. Rah rah rah.
Rah, rah, rah. Raw. Eat 'em raw, rah, rah.
But anyway.
All right.
But all right. So we're going to do a song you'll hear was written about 20 years ago, but there's a new verse. So here's the verse.
Yeah. Okay.
a walk along the sand. Here's a fascinating game. Notice every grain of sand is different. No two grains of sand the same. Well, cities and villages are just like that. Some are funky, some are formal. But we'll be singing of a town in love. So wacky and different, everything is normal.
2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 1.
The man who jumps and jingles when he walks. The woman with the parrot on her shoulder that talks. There's no wristwatches and fewer clocks. Everything's normal in Venice. The kids with the do-rags on their heads. The little old lady rollerblading in dress. They sing for their supper if they ain't got bread. Everything's normal in Venice.
Free speech, walk streets,
Bop trees, palm trees, pretty little bungalows. On the canals there are families
wiggling their wibbly toes.
Heady poets speaking in prose. Bougainvillea on a street named Rose. A big drum circle with optional clothes. Everything's normal in Venice. Bop trees, palm trees, pretty little bungalows. Oh, on the canals there are families
wiggling their wibbly, 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 wibbly toes.
Ring comes the blue.
Artists painting the town, and cause of the earth that's passing around. The big red sun sinking upside down. It happens every day. In Venice of America is all okay. Everything's normal in Venice.
That's entertainment. Now that's entertainment. That's entertainment. Come on.
I mean, like, you know, well, I'm not going to even try to excuse us. I'm just going to go on into Alfred Johnson's song. You guys know Alfred? Yeah. Alfred played on the beach for many years, like Nathan. And I was so busy buying a T-shirt because I lost my credit card that I couldn't tip Nathan today. I was just like, okay, I'll tip Nathan next time.
That's what's next.
Old man Abbott Kinney had an idea. He was a wacky kind of guy. Based on a dream he had in his head, he told all his pals, I'm gonna build some canals where there is nothing. He did all that many decades ago, then rode his gondola up to the sky. leaving us here to carry the show. So we gotta try. We ought to try to make it something special. We love the carnival atmosphere. What can we do to keep it here? Well, let's keep Venice in us, tried and true, the way things used to be. And we'll discover that the things we love are gonna last eternally. Walking round this changing town can bring you down someday. But let's keep Venice in us always. Oh yeah, let's keep Venice in us always.
Don't play, Brad, don't play.
Well, the boardwalk ballet, the skaters are few. Jim Morrison t-shirts make way for the new. Maybe the magic is fading away like a henna tattoo. What can we do to keep it something special? We love the carnival atmosphere. What can we do to keep it here? Well, let's keep Venice in us, tried and true, the way it used to be. And we'll discover that the things we love are gonna last eternally. Walking round this changing town can bring you down some days. But let's keep Venice in us always. Gray buildings cannot block the breeze. Not when our hearts are filled with memories. Hold to these and let's keep Venice tried and true, the way things used to be. And we'll discover that the things we love are gonna last eternally. Chasing round this changing town can bring you down some days. But let's keep Venice in us always. Oh yeah, Venice in us always. Around this changing town can bring you down some days. But let's keep Venice in us always. Old man Abbott Kinney had an idea. Alfred Johnson, please tell him you heard this and you liked it.
Check this out. We study the history of Venice, California, and Marty Schatz has been at my salon at the Venice Heritage Museum. How many people knew this? That Abbott Kinney was a newspaper publisher. He published a newspaper. You can go to downtown library and read his newspapers. Most people who've studied Venice, we know them all, have never done that except Marty. And guess what else? He was a Native American, indigenous, whatever I'm supposed to say, Lydia, you tell me, activist. He was an activist for the people who were here before we got here. So check it out. We're going to be studying him deeper. Thank you, Susie. That was an amazing song by Alfred Johnson. And now Brad Kay.
Okay. All right. Speaking of Abbott Kinney, when was this? This was over 100 years ago. It was 1916. He asked me to write a special song. They were having a festival then, like they always have here in Venice, 1916, about this place by the sea, And so I wrote this, and naturally in the verses, it takes place in the middle of the Pacific Ocean on a United States gunboat heading for China. Don't ask me why.
Eric, I'm going to give him this mic, okay? Because that mic's just a little off.
Oh, it is? Okay. Oh. All right. Okay.
How's that?
Well,
Tighten that up.
yeah.
Just turn that around there. Okay? How's that?
That's good. Hello. Hello. Yes. Okay.
Okay.
So this was in commemoration of a big Venice event that took place in 1916, and here it is. I called it "I'm Going Back to Venice by the Sea." Away out on the open sea, aboard the good ship Kagan, a pair of sailor boys were arguing one day. I tell you, old New York's best, let me put you wise. Birmingham, sir, really takes the prize. So it went until they heard another say, you guys are seasick, blind and dumb. There ain't no better town than where I'm from. I'm going back home to Venice by the sea, where you can meet those peaches on those beaches. Gee, say that's for me. Run your mouth about the South. It ain't got nothing to compare. When you can sail away on the ship cafe, oh what a treat when you meet your sweetie there. You know when Yankee Doodle comes to town, he's got to change his Yankee tune. When he plays his Victrola in his gondola in the good old Grand Lagoon, I'll see my pal by the canal. I'm gonna go back home to play. I mean back home in Venice, California, USA. Second verse. These songs always have a second verse. This noisy hometown rivalry aboard the good ship Kagan brought all the sailors and the captain down to here. I say if technology it's great. I say if you don't stop this argufying now, you'll swab decks until we reach Hankow. But the Californian said without a fear, sir, if I have to swap the decks, then I'll be happy where I'm going next. I'm going back home to Venice by the sea, where you can meet those peaches on those beaches. Gee, I mean back home in Venice, California, U.S. I don't mean Toledo or Marina del Rey. I mean back home in Venice, California, U.S. Hey, that's all.
This will feature Sam Clay on guitar and Eric. Can you make it down here? He's going to play bass. This is a song by David Scott, who, at the Pavilion long ago in the I think the early 70s, right? Who knows the facts about the musical that Sylvia Cohan was in? Can somebody tell me stuff? Because I just tried to look it up, and then it was an AI thing where it was really messed up. I won't even give you details, but anybody could tell me, maybe Stephen and Susan, about the Pavilion show that starred Sylvia Cohan? Mike? Yeah. And then if Linda Lux was here, she might know. But anyway, I really tried to look it up. Anyway, David Scott is now living on the East Coast. And I just admire the writing of this. And there's Eric Alberg.
Hey, Eric.
I think if he left, we'd just all fall like a matchstick house.
I don't think so.
Peanut Gallery, Greta. So this is from the point of view. It's not hard to figure this one out. Of a homeless gal, and she's an optimist. An optimistic Venetian homeless gal.
Yep.
Ain't got a nickel or a dime, ain't got a watch to tell the time, ain't got a job, ain't got no prospects inside. But I'm not feeling low, though I've no place to go, 'cause there's a moon over Venice tonight. Ain't got no shoes upon my feet, just got this piece of crust to eat. No solitary friend to set me right. But I have no fear, I know the coast is clear, 'cause there's a moon over Venice tonight. I've got my eyes to watch it shining, my ears to hear the ocean roar, and there's that great big bed of sand for reclining. Who could ask for anything more? No friends in City Hall, nobody I can call. No one's alive I helped when times were tight. But I'm not feeling down, though no one's around, 'cause there's a moon over Venice tonight. Yeah, yeah. And there's that big bed of sand for reclining. Who could ask for anything more? Ain't got a nickel or a dime. Ain't got a watch to tell the time. Ain't got a job. Ain't no gold prospects in sight. But I have no fear. I know the coast is clear. 'Cause there's a moon over Venice. A moon over Venice. A moon over Venice tonight.
You each need a mic. All right? Yeah, you all three should be on mic. Okay.
And where's
Well, there's one. And,
we just want a good one for him. This one?
check that one. Check this one.
My one was good. So
Check, check, check.
Oh, that's the one.
Is that a good one?
Yeah.
On your chair.
Huh?
Susie needs one.
Oh, check,
Yeah,
you use
but
mine.
give that one to Brad. We just need.
Susie, use this mic. Right here.
Hello.
There you go.
This is another song about Venice that I wrote by request. And this one had its one and only performance in front of the old Venice post office in 2007. It's been immortalized on YouTube ever since. How many of you have seen it? The Venice Anthem. Okay, I can't promise you the grand performance that we did at that time, but I will attempt to do it. By the blue Pacific waters, at the edge of the golden west, come our nation's sons and daughters to the land they love the best. No, it's not Topeka, Kansas, Heidelberg or Rome. It's Venice of America, the place we call our home. Venice, oh Venice, oh here our voices ring, where music reigns triumphant and art is king. Venice, oh Venice, where we work and live and play and play. We hail to thee, oh Venice, the pearl of the USA. FDR. Venice of America, a peaceful home to every race, creed, and color under the sun. Venice,
where art and commerce mingle freely as nowhere else. Many a city was founded because it was where two rivers crossed, where a battle was fought, where business was good. But Venice of America exists only because one man, Abbot Kinney, dreamed of a place where the highest artistic and intellectual aspirations of humanity could not only be imagined, but realized. Second verse. There was nothing here but swampland when with brick and steel and steam came a man named Abbot Kinney to create his golden dream, toiling on
For sleepless weekends.
Here he built with and steel
And tears.
a home for art and poetry, canals and gondoliers.
Venice, oh Venice, we lift our voice to you.
Where rents are somewhat
Pricey,
but the air
is free. Venice, oh Venice, oh
you're now
part of LA.
LA.
we have
To thee, oh Venice, and to hell with Marina Del Rey.
I want a hand show. I want to show hands. Who knew Sponto? That's a lot of hands. And anybody who couldn't raise their hands truthfully, I feel for you because he was something else. This is my song I wrote to this guy who meant so much, and he took over Venice West, which was the beat hangout and place to be, and he really carried the vibe, and all of us felt welcome all the time. So you'll hear about. I just have to tell you, right before he died, he took me shopping on Abbot Kinney, and he took me to Carol Tantau, and he said, "What do you want, Susie?" And I just what do you want? And I could buy anything I wanted, and he said, "Go over here. What do you want over here in this other great little local place?" And he insisted, so I let him buy me stuff. Anyway, that was just the last time I saw him, was when he just bought me a bunch of stuff. Okay, so here we go. I woke up this morning, a beautiful day, but Sponto, my friend, had been taken away. Sponto, 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 where did you go? I get to breathe all this sweet Venice air that I took for granted we always would share. Sponto, 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 where did you go? You should be out on the beach in the sun, making some time with some lovely someone. Sponto, 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 where did you go? You gave us community, home from our home. You never let any of us feel alone. Sponto, 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 where did you go? Where's the bridge? Where's that confounded bridge? Where's the bridge from having you around to the unknown world of life without you? Can't find the bridge. Can't find the bridge. Do you remember all the flowers in front of 7 Dudley? Do you remember all the memorials for him? Do you remember the piano in the back and the clock and all the free food and all the great art and all the performances of homeless people and rich people? Do you remember? Do you remember? Now, where's the bridge? Where's that confounded bridge? Where's the bridge of having you around to the unknown world of life without you? Can't find the bridge. Can't find the bridge. Never will. I just can't believe it. How anyone so generous and kind could be taken away. It puts me out of my mind. Sponto, 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 where did you go? Well, I've gotta go now. I gotta go cry. 'Cause I got to love you but not say goodbye. Sponto, 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 where did you go?
Come on, give it up for Suzy Williams. Come on, that was amazing. Suzy Williams.
All right, so what? I think we're. Oh boy, we got a really swell last song for you. This is going to be grand because it's written by Leon Rubenhold. I just help with the lyrics, but this is a. You know, Leon.
Come on up if you have a song.
All you signers. We got Lydia Ponce. We got the Von Hoffmanns. We got Pamela Volpe and Paulie, and my own little sister Jennie, who's just about to turn 70. And they're going to assist us with this song. Watch out. Make room for the signers, honey. Can you go that way? Can you go that way?
How about a hand for Brad K on that How about a hand for Ginger Spitz?
Oh, yeah! She's my pard. She's my longtime pard.
Leon Rubenhold. Here we go, sis, your bridge. Make us see and get real and that's the fact. Gorgeous sunset, I feel more free. The beach and ocean touch it tight. show is right and take less all day. I want to never, never Venice anyone. No, I don't. Oh, Venice,
Good job, Simon.
And by the way, Reese and Taylor were part of this.
Thank you so much, Suzy Williams, and what an appropriate gang. A motley crew. We got Todd, who helped start the Venice Heritage Museum. Thank you, Todd. He put up the Venice sign. So many great people there. Leon was on my podcast recently. He played with Bobby Womack and Sly Stone. So many great people. Thank you for writing that song, Leon. Brad Kay, if you don't know, he jammed with Groucho Marx. Played with Gerald Wilson, for all you jazz freaks. Let's give it up again for Eric Alberg, who's running around and helping us so much. He's not only going to pull his pants down, he's going to pull the screen down, and we're going to have some clips of upcoming stuff. I wanted to tell you about Jennie Williams, Suzy's sister. She was here at Sponto for the dumpster diving fashion show. It's one of the greatest clips you'll ever never see on YouTube, or maybe you can if you know the right unlisted password. But it was a great moment in Venice where I dumpster dove tons of great clothing, something people throw out all the time, and had all these homeless people, and this lady shows up and says, "I'm a fashion director. I'm going to run your fashion show. You've got to see this. It's amazing." And thank you, Jennie. Jennie's going to be up singing a tribute to the great Emily Winters. So, you know, Emily was one of those people who knew that we could put things on the walls and express our political views, like our guest tonight, Francisco, featured guest with the documentary that's coming up in about a half hour about him, and not be sprayed with mace. You know, we got an artist in Venice who's been on the boardwalk for 20 years, Vinny, and last year in this festival, Venice Film Festival number 22. I don't think we need many more chairs there. All we need is a screen down. Okay.
Someone help me to help put in those shirts. Okay. Yes. No, we got enough.
If more people show up, but thank you for your help. And also, if you were here earlier, we want to know what you want to do about what's happening in our country right now. So we're going to do a little chant in honor of Renee Good, who was killed. She was an award-winning poet. And here we are at the oldest poetry center in the world. So it's pretty simple. I'm going to say no, and then you respond with kings. And then I'm going to say no, and you respond with ice. So let's hear it for all those people in America who are out on the streets, and we're in this cozy little theater having fun. No, 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 no. All together now. No kings, no ice. No kings, no ice. Thank you so much. Get it out of your system. And if you don't know, we had the No Kings March here in Venice, and we thought, oh, well, 40 people will show up. And there were 4,000 people in front of that shop that sells cookies for $5. On the street that's called the greatest shopping street in the world, where Susie was taken by Sponto, and all the people would come up to me with their cell phone, and I said, could I tell you something? I say, get the fuck out of our town, you fucking yuppie scum consumers. And they would just sort of freak, and it's like, you know, all we need to do is collapse the economy. And then I thought, uh-oh, I think that's what Trump wants to do. So it's like, we got to be careful. When I showed, yeah, okay, we're going to get, as soon as you're ready, Eric, you can show the, I'll just gab. We showed Sonny War, our street musician who became a big star and got on Colbert and everything. When we showed her, she opened for the film about Vietnam at Sponto Gallery, and I says, 60 people jammed in there, and I says, all we have to do is not go to work and don't buy anything. And the 6 gutter punks in the front row goes, that's what we do. But sorry, I said, you fuckers buy potato chips, so get over it. Nobody's here is never going to go to work and not buy anything. But we're going to start off this part of the show with some clips from the great Jeremy Kagan's films. They're very short, so don't blink, and then we will talk with Jeremy a little. So Eric, whenever you're ready, you just start rolling them, and I'll keep talking till then. This, it's a real honor to have Jeremy here today. Okay.
Looking for what's real, the things that really bind us together, the things that really bind us together culturally and racially. Murals are a fantastic
Okay, he'll fix it, don't worry.
opportunities to create true collective work. That's family, that's community. And whenever those things done together call for imagination.
Okay, it's a 30-minute clip. You got the example. Was the dialogue that needed, Jeremy?
That wasn't from the movie, that's from somebody else's movie.
I know, but was the dialogue that needed for that clip? Do we have to repeat the 30 seconds?
No.
Okay, so you got the idea.
Good music, but what can I
No,
tell you?
okay, he shot the we didn't play the proper dialogue, that's all right, but he shot that scene on one of the bridges at the canals. Now, this clip is, nope, that's not the clip, Eric. So don't worry, Eric's overloaded with a million things. We'll get the second clip. It's also shot in Venice on the boardwalk, and that's from The Big Fix with Richard Dreyfuss. And let's see, and then the other, it's up there, boardwalk, left. Yeah, up at the top, it says Big Fix Boardwalk. Yep, that's it. Okay, here we go. And this is just a minute clip too, and he'll pull the sound up. Thank you, Eric. That's Dudley in the boardwalk. Whoa. Okay, and then we got one more clip, and those were both from The Big Fix. And this clip is from a film that Jeremy made about 2017, not too long ago. It's right up there, and it's called Shot, S-H-O-T. Here we go. This is a 1-minute clip also. And you want to raise that sound. Thank you, Eric. Thank you, Eric. And if you want to bring up the house lights, we'd appreciate that. And we're going to bring up Jeremy Kagan, the filmmaker, on those two clips. Thank you so much, Jeremy, for being part of the Venice community.
We don't need no money. Thank you so much. Sure. This guy is one of my heroes. I'm looking for somebody who was born in this century. Anybody in this group? Not even this. There you go. This millennium. Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying.
Anyways, what an honor and pleasure, Jeremy. And you know, I want to just jump into the issues. Now, people don't know, I interviewed you in 2016. It's on archive.org. So that this is a sort of brush little thing, but you can go deep into the 2-hour interview I did with you from 2016, and then you were on my podcast last year for another 90 minutes. So people want to know, get deeper into Jeremy and his whole career. It's an amazing career, and he is a big part of the DGA, and he runs the discussions like I do here with all the great filmmakers of the world, and he's written 3 books of interviews with all these great filmmakers. So check this guy out. He's a true blue Venetian. He comes to the No King's March, and he does something that really impresses me. He didn't throw his sign out. He put it on his porch. Now, I'm a dumpster diver. I find all the No King signs the day after the protest. So it is really an honor and a pleasure. Now, I want to just jump right into it.
Ain't Venice great? And he's sort of the definition of Venice, so I hope you've already given him lots of applause, but let's give him for
We can talk a lot about film, but I want to jump right into it because you're one of my heroes. You did the discussion with all the greats at the DGA on Battle of Algiers the day after Trump got in. And that was amazing. And that's when I went up to you. I said, dude, I've been there in the interview for 5 years. Will you do it? And you said yes. So here we are again. And I want to jump into this question. Sidney Lumet, who was indeed a socially aware filmmaker and made very much, films that were socially aware. He said, films can't do diddly squat, but it ain't going to keep me from trying. Now, Jean-Luc Godard told Michael Moore at the Cannes Film Festival, dude, your film's going to help Bush get elected. Now, it didn't help Bush get elected per se, but it galvanized pro-Bushers. Your film shot, which we saw that little clip, you had the balls to do a film that was about gun control. I mean, I was pissed because at the No King's March, we were all there protesting, and there was P.T. Anderson. I know he's a good filmmaker, he's probably going to win an Oscar. His poster for his new film was there, and it had a pregnant woman with a machine gun. And I was going, get that fucking poster out of our neighborhood. We don't propagate guns in every movie poster. But it don't matter because he's probably controlled by his, marketing department.
Yeah, you made me think of that. There was this movie that you got. You remember 21 Jump Street? It was a TV show, and they made a feature out of it. I think. Yeah, right. Yeah. And I remember I happened to be lucky enough to be in Paris. I'm seeing the ad for it on the subway in Paris, and it's the 2 guys, and they're wearing sort of Hawaiian shirts, and they look really cute, and the girls hanging on them. Get off of the airplane and coming back home to Venice, and I see an ad for the same movie. 2 guys, and they got, each one of them's got 2 guns sticking out there. And I'm thinking, same movie? Yeah. So.
But you did how did you get the courage to make a film that was pro-gun control in the system?
I borrowed money from my brother. Anyway, because the studios weren't going to make it. Although now, the star of this, you didn't see your scene credit. They had credit there. That was me there. The star of it is Noah Wiley, who I assume at this very moment is winning the Golden Globes for being the best actor in Pitt. So maybe we can get it re-released now that Noah's happy and it's successful. We'll see. Yeah, that'd be great.
But the bottom line question is, can films do anything? We want to hope that art...
Well, here's the question.
Yeah.
Do we think art actually changes any of us? And the fact is, yes, there you go. There's the answer. You've already answered it. But how does it change us? In some ways, it just changes us because it makes us more aware of the world around us. Sometimes it also motivates to take action. And it's sort of... You may know Ai Weiwei, this Chinese artist, who said, there is no art that isn't political. And the art that says it isn't political is political. Because it's impossible not to be. But the issue of us expressing ourselves and motivating other people to take action, that's a tough one. I mean, think if you've ever seen or read a book, this is for all of you, I'd love to hear one of you say something here about this. Ever read a book or saw a movie, or a television show, or a piece of art that motivated you to do something? Anybody? Yeah, say it loud. Wait, one at a time. Time.
Indrajit.
Free Palestine.
The movie about the young Palestinian girl that was shot.
And we got to mention who this is. Ty is a professional political activist. He's in D.C. He's in D.C. and the cops come up to him and go, "Oh, Ty, how's his wife and kids? Let me beat the shit out of you now." And this is for real. And he's from Venice, and he hung out and the woman next to him is Medea Benjamin. We can give her a stand.
I just saw your head. Say it again, Big. China syndrome.
Yeah.
And what did it do to motivate you to do something, let's say? I mean,
Our family catered it was the Alliance for Survival at Hollywood Bowl. So that's what we did. But we also went up to Ventura there and protested against
fabulous.
Diablo Canyon. We went to the city council when the city council wanted to get power from a nuclear power plant down in Arizona.
Right.
We had held up signs and they tried to take them away from us.
That's great.
Yeah, David's the only one who has the balls to stand up to the guy who's hired by the rich lady to maze street musicians and artists in Venice. So thank you, David. Great question. Anybody else want to say? Go ahead.
Please. Go you first.
Okay, yeah. I just wanted. I remember seeing Mike Lee in an interview, and he considered himself a political filmmaker.
Yes.
And I really loved the way he expressed it because I thought that he is. And I think that when we think of like artists being political, we think of things like being expressed in very black and white ways. And to me, the beauty of Mike Lee is that he shows you the complexities of the political situations, the social, economic, racial situations, and that to me is beauty, because then it changes my life in terms of how I live.
Anybody in this group see Peterloo, which was an amazing piece of work that I never knew anything about, which was soldiers coming back from England, to England from after Waterloo, and literally treated like scum. And literally there was this massacre in I guess.
Is Mike Lee in your book?
Yeah. No. Yes, Mike.
Yeah, very good. Okay, go ahead. All right.
I remember Mike.
Brian Clark.
Which one?
Brian's got a question.
Well, it wasn't a question.
Oh, I mean a statement.
I would say what motivated me, art that motivated me was, in one instance, changed my life, was when I read To Kill a Mockingbird. And it motivated me to implement Atticus, how he taught Gem and Scout his kids, to teach the kids that I work with to stand up for injustice, no matter what.
You remind me, I teach a class at the School of Cinema and Arts at USC, and one of the classes is making media for social change. And one of the things I show them is the evolution of how media has made a difference. And one of them, which is interesting enough, I don't know if any of us ever read it, but it's Uncle Tom's Cabin. And Uncle Tom's Cabin actually reached something like 2 million people when it was published, which was an enormous amount of people in America when it was published. And literally when Abe Lincoln met Harry B. Stowe, who wrote it, his famous line was, "So, you're the woman that caused this war." So it made a major difference, it really did.
How did Boo Radley end up in Apocalypse Now?
Well, actually,
Did he? Did he really?
Actually, To Kill a Mockingbird is a good example of where the book becomes the film, and they're both pretty equal in how dynamic they are. And it's a flip of McLuhan and Hitchcock's favorite joke. 2 goats are eating film coming out of a film can in a back lot over here.
Goats, yeah.
2 goats, and one goat says to the other, "The book was better."
That one I hadn't heard, yeah.
Bravo!
Yeah.
I'd just like to remember Shakespeare's play, Prospero in his last speech says, he wants art to enchant. Art will enchant him, and I think it does give us momentum and rhythm. Art can push you into a new sphere.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, but this is all beautiful and real idealistic, but it's like when Richard Modiani ran this poetry center for years, I said, can film really do anything? And he goes, yeah, if James Dean puts his cigarettes in his t-shirt, kids will start doing that. And I have a lecture on how Sheila Nevins and PBS and HBO hijacked the revolution because most yuppies watch, these political docs on TV and go, that's great, and then they don't do anything. So, I mean, Jeremy, you did it. You hit the streets in March for No Kings. What else can we do? Because this is the ultimate question we're going to ask Francisco that we asked at Midnight Special Bookstore, the oldest political bookstore in the world for years, is what can you do about it? And everybody go, write your Congress.
Well, here's an interesting thing as we think about it. In all of our lives, we've seen some positive changes. I mean, most of us happen to remember that guy, what was Richard Luxon, he was the president of the United States.
Ricky Dick, baby.
And inevitably he went limp. So the point is that, there was the possibility of really changing what wasn't really a horrible time for us, as you all, I think a lot of us remember. So now we're looking at it saying, okay, well, we got social media, which changes every 5 seconds, so that's information that changes every 5 seconds. We've got absolute liars every 5 seconds. This is 1984, unfortunately, it just is. I mean, truth is lies, lies is truth. That's exactly what we're experiencing right now. So then the question is, what can we do? And I'm not saying I have an answer. Sometimes I think the answer to that is we have to be even more pressure, because I'm thinking of what's happening right at this moment in Iran right now. But a lot of people are literally sort of starving there. And as you think about the history of revolutions, oftentimes the history of revolutions, I had a college friend who says he was studying botany. I said, what are you studying botany for? I mean,
Botany?
Yes, botany. I didn't realize how brilliant he was to study botany, but at the time I thought it was silly. And he looked at me and said, well, you do know every single major political movement is a response to something that has to do with botany, like no food in France in 1789, like no food in Russia in 1950 to 60, like what was going on in China in the mid-40s. People were so under pressure that the group made a difference. I wonder, do we have to be under more pressure for us to make a difference? I don't know, but I'm reflecting on it.
Jeremy, you're my hero, and we got a few more minutes. Okay. I really appreciate this. Don't go, because I want to tell you people, we've been reading Finnegan's Wake, which is an anti-fascist, pro-peace novel written in 1939 for 30 years as a group. And most of you go, fuck, I'm not going to read that gobbledygook. Then you take the party line. Oh, Ulysses is the greatest novel besides Dante, Shakespeare, and the Bible. But the Wake, Joyce went too far. This guy's been coming to our Finnegan's Wake group for 10 years.
And I don't understand one word. But wait. It's so stimulating.
There you go. That's how I wanted you to give a, why do you keep coming?
Well, actually,
Why?
because you meet other people. Because I'll tell you, bottom line, I'm really, I'm glad you guys are participating as much as I am. Because one of my heroes was a philosopher named Martin Buber. And Martin Buber said, all life is meeting. And if we think about that, we're all meeting right now. That group that does Mr. Wake's work.
But it's community, and that's what Venice is all about. But we happen to have, and I'm always turned on to the audience, and I appreciate it. You came up here and says, no, let's ask the audience. We got two major political people in the audience, and I want them to tell us 1 or 2 minutes what we can actually do. No, Francisco's going to be after his film. We're going to do Q&A.
I know, but
here's the 2 people. Medea and Jeff Cohen. Step up. Jeff Cohen Affair. No, tell us.
Over here. I want to hear.
Okay, Jeff, tell us, what can we do about this? Organize. Okay, good work.
They're upset about the way the corporate media seems to normalize the crazy shit that Trump is doing. A good organization to support is a group I started when I left Venice 40 years ago and moved to New York. It's called FAIR, Fairness and Accuracy in Reporting, FAIR.org. obviously a supporter of Medea and the Code Pink. You got to get involved with Code Pink. I was at the protest at Paramount on Wednesdays. Get out in the streets, and Code Pink, I think, is leading the way.
Okay, thank you, Jeff. We're going to now ask that we should give Medea a standing ovation. There's one clip we gotta see, and she's heckles, is it Obama? And he goes, well, everybody, but Obama says, oh, he literally goes, oh, I want to address you. And he talks to the protester. That was an amazing moment. He got them to respond. It wasn't like, get this fucking person out of this room immediately.
The Secret Service had to stop pulling her out because the president was
The president said, fucking stop. So Medea, in a couple minutes, go ahead.
Well, one, I want to say that the most widely viewed clip that we have had as Code Pink was Ty Berry just like 2 weeks ago confronting Kristi Noem in the Congress, where he got up, and you all love theater, right?
Yeah.
So he dressed up as a priest, really a cardinal, and stood up and said, from The Exorcist.
The power of Christ compels you. Now deportations, the power of Christ compels you. Anti-strains, the power of Christ compels you.
That was Gerry.
So we had about 11 million views so far on that one. So I would say confronting power is really, really important, especially in this time of this insane president we have. And being consistently anti-war is really important, no matter who is in power, no matter which war we're talking about. And then one thing I think we don't pay enough attention to is the goddamn Pentagon budget, which now Trump says he wants to take from $1 trillion to $1.5 trillion. Money away from health care, away from free college education, which young people deserve, away from affordable housing, which we know people need. So all the things that we want are being thrown now into the Pentagon. And we got to move the money back to people's needs, and as Jeff said, organize, organize, organize.
Don't buy if you don't need.
Medea, thank you again. I want to everything you do. I mean, look at this is a little woman. She fucking stands up and big motherfucker. Could security take her out right now?
Gerry, let me say something.
Okay, really quick.
Yeah, no, just 1 second. I've exhibited documentary movies that I co-produced at film festivals all over the world. And I've never seen the kind of entertainment that you find at the Venice Film Fest.
Let's see about Gerry Fialka.
So listen, here's the rest of the program. We're playing a 7-minute clip of Jennie singing Amazing Grace at Emily Winter's funeral service. This was shot on Pixel Vision, so it's not perfect. Sometimes cinema isn't, it's like, Jeremy will appreciate this, when the guys who made Pennebaker made Monterey Pop, the industry dude said, dude, it doesn't meet industry standards. Right. Now, Pixel Vision is, you can't get any lower in Pixel Vision. It's a toy video camera. And now, Michael Almerida uses it in his feature Hollywood films. Richard Linklater made it use it in Slacker. So we've had a film festival for 35 years of this horrible shit. It's still going. So one other thing I want to make clear is we've shown all the clips over 23 years of films that were made in Hollywood in Venice. We just did a 2-hour session on Touch of Evil. And it was amazing at the Venice Heritage Museum. And Carol, thank you. Did you hear us salute you, Carol?
Carol Levy?
Yeah, she's here now. Is Carol here?
Yeah, we
Carol,
love you,
thank you.
Carol.
Thank you for that museum. That is amazing. And now we don't show that. We show sort of homemade stuff. Like, so, and we want you to come to us and say, hey, I have a clip of Venice. I mean, it's Christopher here. He has a 1 hour clip of a shot of Venice that's amazing. So there's tons of it on YouTube, but we're always open for your suggestions. Okay, so Eric, you're ready. You're ready to roll this clip. Yep, this is the clip, and there's Sponto, by the way.
Sponto!
Go ahead, Eric.
Oh, that's Jennie.
Where's Jennie? Get up here, Jennie. Get up here, Jennie.
Oh, yeah.
That's Suzy Williams and Ella, my daughter. Brad Kay on piano. Sam Clay on
How sweet the sound I saved a wretch like me. I was lost, but now was blind, but now I see. Was
Go, girl.
Amazing grace.
Clip, and then we're going to start Francesco's documentary, and after his film we're going to have him and the filmmaker Julie up here for Q&A, so stick around. And here's a 1-minute trailer for another upcoming Venice.
What do I do with all these boxes of stuff? And are they valuable, or do they just go into the trash? Who's going to take the time to go through these boxes, or do they just go into the trash? This film is helping me explore the theme of archiving myself. So what am I going to do with my stuff? This film is helping me explore the process of conundrum. Who's going to take the time to go through these boxes? And are they valuable? So the process of archiving my friends and family is the same conundrum. So what am I going to do with my stuff? What do I do with all these boxes? Are they valuable, or do they just go into the trash? What am I going to do with myself?
Gerry and Gerry.
Yes!
That's all you got.
Anyways, you missed a bunch. Thank you so much. Eric, let's raise the house lights just so everybody's got a seat.